Well, Gary, it's a 1-1 draw here in your first away game in charge. How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, slightly disappointed if I'm being honest. I thought if I was summarising the game for the first 20-25 minutes, East Fife were a better team. They scored a goal that we're disappointed with really. We've cleared the ball for a set play and then we've not picked up the man and he's finished it well, so we're disappointed with the goal we gave away. I thought the second part of the first half we started to come into it a little bit. Spoke to the players about a few things at half time and I thought in the second half we dominated the game really in the second half, and when you think of it like that, probably disappointed not to have won the game. But 1-0 behind at half time, getting something on the board, I think we've got to be happy with that the players have came back and showed a wee bit of mental strength. Yeah. And I also think, I didn't realise exactly how bad the wind was until I went on to shake the players' hands at the end of the game. It was blowing one way, it was blowing the other. You couldn't really tell which team had an advantage at times with the wind. So with the conditions that they were, going behind, 1-0 behind at half time, I think we're happy to get something, but slightly disappointed it wasn't a 3.
Of course, in the second half it was a Matty Yates goal, I believe, because I've heard Tam Morris been trying to claim it, but yeah. That's brought us back in the game as we pushed on and then try and get that winner, which unfortunately didn't come.
Yeah, listen, I spoke to wee Matty. I think in the first half he was just slightly off it a little bit, especially in the first part of the first half. But he's popped up with a goal, it's invaluable. I think it was a cross, but Tam's run across the defender and the goalkeeper, whether he's touched it or whether he hasn't. It's definitely put the goalkeeper off and it's bounced into the game. And at that stage I was really, really confident we were going to go on and win the game. We did have 2 or 3 where we passed through. The goalie's made a couple of saves for Tam in the game. Tam's disappointed he's no scored, but you've got to also credit the goalkeeper for making a couple of good saves. So listen, plenty to work on, but also plenty to be happy with. We took 4 points out of 6. As I say, we've only had 4 training sessions with the players, so that isn't a bad return.
Yeah, you mentioned they're 4 points out of 6 in the league, which I think leaves us 7th at the moment in a very tight league. So I think if we'd won today, we'd move up to 4th, but of course, unfortunately, it happened. But it is a cup action next week as we take on Livingston at Oakview Park. So how are you going to go into that game with the lads in the form they're currently in? Yeah,
first and foremost, we've got a couple of players in there with knocks and stuff like that, so we need to see who's fit and who isn't. And then we'll just prepare them. It's a game where people will say it's a shot to nothing, and I get that it is a shot to nothing because you're not expected to do anything because you're playing a team that are 3 divisions above you, but that's not really how my mind works. I want us to go out there and try and cause Livingston problems. I want us to try and have a go. So we'll go and watch Livingston. We'll get the footage of Livingston, the previous games. I'm actually going to go and watch them on Wednesday night. They're playing Dundee United, I think, so I'll go and watch them myself. We'll try and do our homework on them. We'll try and inform the player. It's about what they're going to come up against, because obviously, coming here today, we've played against East Fife before, so the players know some of the players that they're going to be against, but Livingston is slightly different, so we'll try and inform the players as much as they can about Livingston, but it's an occasion for them to go out and enjoy. It's the last 16 of the Scottish Cup, you're playing against a Premier League club, or the last 32. Great for me to come in and still be involved in the Scottish Cup at this stage. But we're not just going to be there to try and make up the numbers. We want to try and have a little bit of a go, and me and Brown through the week will try and come up with an idea to make that happen.
Cheers, Gary.
Thank you.